Hi folks, this is Valley Oak, and I hope you can recognize the shape of the Valley Oak leaf because this is the logo for West Valley College. So California is fortunate that it has a wide diversity of different species of oak tree. We have 18 species of oak in California, and where I grew up in Scotland we had one. And if you include all of Britain, the number rose to 2. So all oak trees belong to the same genus, Quercus, and all oaks are perennial woody plants. So what that means is that they have woody stems and they grow for many years compared to like an annual plant. What differentiates the 18 different species of oak are characteristics such as, for Valley Oak, it is deciduous. So that means that it drops its leaves at the end of each growing season, and for us here that is in October, November, and then it'll have no leaves at all until the following spring, and it will produce a whole new set of leaves. The species for Valley Oak is Quercus lobata, and that refers to the margins of the leaves. So these are our lobes. And then the underside of Valley Oak, the leaf is covered by soft, dense, almost velvety hairs. Okay. So you may be familiar with the fruit of oaks, which are acorns. All different species of oak produce an acorn. So it has the shell, the outer part, and then the seed inside. But you may not be as familiar with the flowers. So here we have some oak flowers. So they are tiny, they are wind pollinated, they therefore don't have any colorful petals, they don't attract any insects. And they're visible now, and then they're going to be dropped, but some of the pollen will be carried to flowers, which will later on develop into acorns. So if a tree has flowers, it's not going to have acorns at the same time. So acorns are abundant. They are produced throughout the summer. They'll be green, and then they ripen, they dry, they turn to brown, and they drop. And anthropologist Alfred Kroeber estimated that acorns were the primary diet for 3/4 of native Californians. So there's a combination of factors. One is that trees like this Valley Oak are highly productive, producing large crops of acorns every year for hundreds of years. And then the acorns themselves are highly nutritious. So from an acorn, the constitution of acorns is about 18% fat, 6% protein, and 68% carbohydrate. So that's more nutritious, more energy rich than our primary crops. That's something like corn or wheat are about 2% fat, 10% protein, and 75% carbohydrate. So perhaps the reason that you've eaten corn tortillas or wheat bread but never tasted acorns is that the acorn seed is the next generation of oak plant, and the seed is protected by indigestible or unpalatable chemicals called tannins. So at the end of the growing season, native Californians, including the Ohlone here in the Bay Area, would gather acorns and then store them. After they put them out in the sun, they'll dry, but then they'll store them in granaries, which were constructed out of wooden stakes and woven willow branches, raised up off the ground that would allow air to circulate and help dry the acorns and also prevent mold forming. And they would be preserved throughout winter and spring until the following harvest season. Whenever acorns were going to be used for making acorn mush or acorn bread. They would be selected, cracked, the shell discarded, and then the seed ground, perhaps in a stone mortar, and then they had to be leached. And this was done by pouring water through the acorn meal, and this could be done over a period of hours with constantly adding more water until all of the bitter tannins were leached out. And then the meal could be baked or it could be cooked. So think of it like when we make coffee. So we grind up the coffee beans, then we add water, and the water leaches out the coffee that we drink. For oaks, it would be almost the opposite, that the leaching process would remove the tannins, which would actually be brown, and when the leaching water stopped having any color, then it meant the tannins were removed and the meal would be safe to eat. So it would be like us making coffee and then feeding upon the grounds rather than the leachate. Hi folks, I wanted to show you this tree. This is another species of oak. This is called coast live oak, and it perhaps is the most common tree around the Bay Area. So the live in the name refers to the fact that it never drops all of its leaves. So the term for that is evergreen. So normally we may think of evergreen trees being like pine trees or fir trees, which are conifers, cone-bearing trees. This one is broadleaf. It'll have wind-pollinated flowers, as we looked at with valley oak, and it will also have acorns. Its acorns are slightly different in appearance from valley oak. But one of the characteristics that helps you identify coast live oak are the leaves. So the leaves have these little spine-tipped margins. So this is the leaf. The wide part of the leaf is called the blade. Right through the middle we have what's called the vein or midrib that brings water from the roots to the leaf. And then the midrib branches either side to little secondary veins, and when they reach the margin, we've got these little sharp spines. So that's an egg-shaped leaf. They also have the spine-tip margins. And then if we look on the underside, perhaps that's a better one. They've got these little tufts of hair just in the axils of the secondary veins. Little buff-colored hairs. So what I tell students, if they want to remember the characteristics of coast live oak, which is a useful tree to identify, I think you think of the California coast and you think of lifeguards. Then on the underside of the leaf you've got these little divisions between the veins, and then you think of your lifeguard with a ripped abs with a six-pack. Then you can think of a male lifeguard or a female lifeguard, and you can imagine them flexing, and then you can see their hairy armpits. So these are the characteristics of coast live oak.